Kerry, it doesn't matter anymore. Please listen. I'm dying and I don't want you to remember me like this.
Stella, please, don't ask me to leave you. I want to be with you till the end.
Kerry, this is goodbye. It doesn't make sense to drag this out any further. Please, I'm dying, and I don't want you to remember me like this.
I don't want to say goodbye to you like this, Stella. You're my fiancé, my everything. I love...
If you truly love me and you want my last days to be happy, then please, all I ask is that you be there for my sister Kerry.
Hi guys, I've been needing to get this off my chest and, to be honest, I've been scared to say the words that's in my heart. But after the day I've had, I think I'm finally ready, and I'm hoping that you could all maybe give me some advice on what I should say, because I'm really lost right now. My name? I'm Kerry. I'm from the UK. Well, anyway, where do I start? Okay, well, I best start at the beginning, innit? It was the beginning of 7th grade when I met Stella and Kerry, the twins of Sweet Valley Middle School. They were both so gorgeous and everyone wanted to be cool with them. I was new to the school and they were so they, and I guess that we sort of bonded over that because we stuck together from that day on. Kerry was the crazy outgoing twin that loved to chat and was a bit wild, but tons of fun. And Stella was more quiet and softer, more reserved. But when you really got to know her, you realized that she was really funny too. Well, you might have guessed it, that I fell head over heels in love with Stella from day one. She was simply everything that I wanted in my girlfriend. Kind, considerate, fun, understanding, gorgeous. Well, just everything. I loved her. And she loved me too. We started dating exclusively from the start, and a few years later we exchanged promise rings. But I just knew that I couldn't wait to give her the real ring that I wanted her to wear. But everyone said we were still way too young to consider marriage. We were in our final year of high school by this time, and we already had our lives plans sorted out. We'd chosen colleges and everything when Stella went to the doctor and went for her yearly physical and learned that she had a brain cancer. It was a huge blow to everyone that knew and loved her. And we'd all stuck by her through all of her surgeries, treatments. It was just that when we thought we had beaten that monster, it came rearing its ugly head again. And this time, the doctors gave her 2 months to live. It was devastating. I prayed day and night for my Stella, that God would send a miracle. But I think in her heart and her mind, Stella had given up the fight, because she had been fighting for so long, you know? There was nothing any of us could do. Then one day, Stella called me to the hospital and told me that her time was close. She only had a few days left, and she was being transferred to a hospice in Switzerland. All the arrangements had already been made, and even though I knew this day was coming, I was still torn up inside, broken and defeated. Then, when I finally got to the hospital, Stella said,
Kerry, it doesn't matter anymore. Please listen. I'm dying and I don't want you to remember me like this.
Stella, please, don't ask me to leave you. I want to be with you till the end.
Kerry, this is goodbye. It doesn't make sense to drag this out any further. Please, I'm dying, and I don't want you to remember me like this.
I don't want to say goodbye to you like this, Stella. You're my fiancé, my everything. I love...
If you truly love me and you want my last days to be happy, then please, all I ask is that you be there for my sister Kerry. She's gonna need someone to be there for her, Kai. Please promise me you'll do it. I'm worried about her. And here, please take your ring. I hope that one day you'll love again, Kai. Promise me that you will, Kai, so I can rest in peace.
In that moment, I loved her even more, because I knew she was trying to protect me from the pain of saying goodbye. And even though I knew that my promise was a lie, I promised her that I would love again. I'd promised to look out for Kerry. Then I left, and that chapter of my life closed.
It's been a few months now since Stella's been gone, and I miss her like crazy. No one knew the exact date that she passed because that's how she wanted it. No one was allowed to even go to her funeral or anything because she didn't want that either. And since she was of legal age when she passed, there was nothing that Mom and Dad could do or say to force it. At first, Kerry and I would just sit around and cry together, but now we're starting to hang out and rejoin the world. Of course, things would never be the same for either of us. There's always going to be a void in my heart. But Stella would want us to live fully, right? So I made a decision to restart my life, no matter what. I will always miss Stella, but somehow I still felt her presence, and I knew that she would always be close by.
I'd kept my promise to Stella and was looking out for Kerry since she passed away. We spent a lot of time together trying to cheer each other up, and I could see that Kerry was starting to be okay, but for me it was torture because Kerry looked exactly like Stella. My heart felt like it would never heal. I felt like I just had to get away from every memory of her, and every time we shared her, I would suffocate, but I'd given my word, and to me, nothing could be lower than a man that didn't keep his word, so here I am with Kerry torturing myself.
I don't know the exact moment when everything started changing between Kerry and me, but it has. I found myself drawn to him in ways I couldn't explain. He was not really the type of guy I dated because he was sort of tame. Well, not tame, really, but he was quiet and introverted. I guess it had something to do with the way that he cared for me for the past year. He felt safe and strong. He was committed to me and caring and lovable, and he was definitely an oasis in a desert of pain. Even though I know it couldn't be easy for him to look at me and see Stella each time, he stayed.
And all this brings me to the part where I need your advice, urgently. I'm falling in love with Kerry. There, I said it. I admitted it. It's out there in the universe. Now what? At first, when I looked at Kerry, all I saw was Stella. And I'm sort of ashamed to say that I even fantasized that she was Stella. But something changed yesterday, and I don't know what to do. I know that everything has been building up, what happened yesterday, but what do I do?
Hey, Kai, you're coming to the charity drive at the amusement park, right? Please say you're coming with me, please.
You're shameless, Kerry. But since you're begging me, okay, I'll be there.
Perfect. Pick me up around 5. Okay, bye.
I picked Kerry up at 5 on the dot. We got to the park and went on a few rides. We were having a great time when Kerry suggested we try the haunted house. I laughed and said sure. How bad could it be, right? It was bad though. We kept being chased by monsters and stuff kept jumping out at us from behind me or jump on my back or literally hug me. I started getting bothered, and by the time it was over, I was practically carrying Kerry out on my back. She refused to get off until we were out. When we got outside, I put it down and we laughed so hard we cried. Then she looked me in the eyes and she said,
I love you, Kerry.
And she kissed me, and I kissed her back, and I liked it. And I think she liked it too. And I think I like her now, but what though? Is it betrayal for me to love my dead fiance's twin sister? I've basically stayed as far away from Kerry as I could. I've ignored her calls. I've tried to just think of Stella. But no matter how much I've tried to think of Stella, I saw Kerry in my mind, and I knew the difference between them. Plus, I knew that I had developed strong feelings for Kerry, maybe even stronger than those I'd had for Stella. You see, when I was with Stella, I was younger and liked certain things in her that were, safe. But Kerry, oh my God, Kerry was wild like the wind or the ocean. She was unguarded and unbothered. There was never a dull moment with her, and there was never a predictable moment either. I felt like I could chase her for the rest of my life and be happy. Help! I'm in love with Kerry.
I knew for a fact that I wanted to marry Kerry, but how do I make him see that I was the perfect match for him? Me, and not memories of my dead twin. I knew that he was conflicted by his feelings for me, but I had to have him, and I would.
I knew what I wanted, and I decided to go for it. After all, life was too short to waste worrying about futures that we can't control, right? If it was my destiny to love and then let go of Stella, it's clear that now my destiny is to love Kerry and build a life together with her now. So I asked Kerry to marry me.
And I said yes, but he wanted to wait until we finished college first. I mean, after all, there was no rush, right? I just knew that we'd have a beautiful life together. The time passed so fast, and before we knew it, I had my engineering degree, and Kerry was opening his architecture and design company. We were ready to take over the world.
Kerry, repeat after me. I, Kerry, take you, Kerry, to be my husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. I promise to love and cherish you.
I, Kerry, take you, Kerry, to be my husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. I promise to love and cherish you.
Kerry, repeat after me. I, Kerry, take you, Kerry, to be my wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. I promise to love and cherish you.
I, Kerry, take you, Kerry, to be my wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. I promise to love and cherish you.
Is there anyone present that knows of any reason that this couple should not be joined?
I do. They can't be married. I love him, and he belongs to me.